momentarily.
Yeah.
Big stuff on the line here. This is elimination. Worth reiterating.
Right.
If NIP does not win this, eliminated.
Say goodbye to the Nips. Yeah. They are getting lifetime sunspan.
What, like?
Once you lose elimination mode, you never come back.
It's like playing for slips. You
Yeah.
know? Like,
Wow, what if
I
you
like
did
that.
Team
all in.
Org should do that. Yeah. What if Orgs played for Pinks? What
That would
if
be
you
sick.
lost to Alliance, you were on Alliance? Think about that. They owned you as Alliance New. Isn't that what they do in China?
Yeah, no, that would be great. Elimination Mode 8.
Yeah, LGD, old, new.
EOMK.
Yeah, man. It's just like Tokyo Drifts, you know? Fast and the Furious. In China, you play players for Pinks, dude.
All right. Well, with that said, we've got Game 2 Alliance versus NIP Blitz and Cap set to take it away again.
For battle.
Thank you, Zyori. That's right, we're back. Me and Blitz, Alliance versus Ninjas and Pajamas. Game number 2, Alliance are up 1 game. Ninjas and Pajamas, they had a hard time fighting. In game number 1, they had to split push pretty much the whole entire game to try and buy themselves time for the Animage to get online. It seems like they took a bit of an opposite approach this time around. We've got a lot of fighters on Nip side.
Yes, they have very many different ways to initiate and take fights. I think they learned from the last game that, like, we could not fight at all. I hope everyone knows that EGM was just messing around with that comment.
What comment was it? Oh. I'm sure they do know.
He's just he's a jokester.
Has that reputation behind him by now. Maybe a quiet boy, but
dude, I have not seen him in so long.
You want to jump on offlane? What about this Pudge? Dota.
This Pudge?
Yeah.
It's kind of okay.
So is he actually, like, you can't pull anymore, so he's just gonna wander into the lane and hope he suicides when they go on him? Is that the play?
I don't know. Just
a bad technique?
Repeatedly rot suicide. I don't even know. He's gonna have a rough time,
a lot
though.
of question marks around them.
Yeah, that's like a 1 armor Pudge against a Clinks. Never feels good, man.
I mean, Clinks is probably one of the worst safe laners to go up against. Period. As
I don't know. You could be against this Timbersaw who's just queuing you to death.
I mean, that would be pretty bad if they somehow set up a 1v1, but
I'm just so excited to watch Trixie God. He's just gonna pick up like a 9-minute Bloodstone or something.
I did not have faith in Trixie or Hani coming back. You know, both you and I friends with Hani, and when I heard he was coming back, I was like, okay. And I had talked to Jacob about it, and Melk said, you know, hey, he's really serious about it. They did pretty respectable for game number 1, and they've done, especially Trixie, done very well for themselves in all the NIP games that I've watched. So it does seem like these guys have gotten right back into the hang of things pretty quickly.
No, Hani and Trixie impressed me the most last game. By far. Alright, here we go.
Is this because of the
blocking?
Ancient Apparition that he's going Iron Talon on Timbersaw? Because normally you just try and make the lane work because you've got reactive armor.
Yeah, I figured he would, but... Oh, Jonas is going to pull into the mid lane? Maybe he knows something that we do not?
I thought that was disabled. Well, either way, Cinderen's going to be playing the harassing support in mid lane. We'll watch Jonas have fun. Do the pull here. The creeps. They do actually aggro.
King Dota.
Even when icefrog fixes it, he still can't fix it all the way.
This is, I'm almost certain they disabled this, right? For like
I mean, I think that's why he pulled it early. I think you could see like the creeps were gonna aggro, and then at a certain point it like turned off.
Damn it.
Come on, icefrog, get your shit together.
No, I'm just.
I was gonna pull over to the ancients.
Oh no, he's too. Oh no, he did it in time.
He's good. And that'll be quite fun. Going, what the hell? Where's my creep wave?
Poikva is a level 1 quap at 1 minute and 21 seconds into the video game.
And Limp is gonna pick up level 3. It looks like maybe before Poikva gets level 2.
Oh
Wow.
man, this is the most osfrog thing.
And of course, it's Alliance who would do this. Hey, you know, the arbiters of all these weird level 1 strats. Of course, Yono goes in and tests.
I mean,
really
that shit was
make
hilarious. Like the thing is, I knew it was gonna work. How do you doubt that? And then top Trixie's gonna get a kill.
And this is why Trixie had an Iron Talon.
The problem with Timber though is like this hero isn't meant to be behind. No, like this hero is supposed to be this beast. If you have like a level 2 Timber Saw, your life's just rough.
Cinderin looks like he's gonna get a kill on Yono pretty easily thanks to double damage. Tusk, we've seen a lot more of this hero. Blitz seems pretty good. He had that upgrade into his talent tree. Instead of 20% experience gain, he now gets 35% at level 10. Is that solely what made him good again? What made him viable? I've seen a couple of Tusks now.
I instead of buffing like the hero itself, because there's no real stats that you're gonna buff, right? So now you just give him incredible talents, and then you make the talents super relevant. It does make the game a little bit more dynamic too, if you think about it. Oh, did the Quap just... She didn't. It's out of regen though, but does have the bottle now.
It's gonna need Fortunately, Limp doesn't have any mana. Go ahead.
Do you remember when we casted? I can't remember where it was, but it was like, oh, Shanghai Major, and every single time DJ would throw out that the Satyr Blast, the crowd would just go insane.
The Chinese are great fans, man.
They were so hype about the Satyr Blast. I've never seen.
They were so
like
interactive.
Yeah. I really hope we get another tournament there, like a major.
Lockout there. What, now that you're no longer casting, you're okay with going back to...
It's funny. As a broadcaster, shoot me, but as a casual observer, that was funny times.
So you get to sit back, coach your team, and watch us suffer?
Yeah, you just enjoy. The players didn't have an issue with that tournament. Yeah. Nobody really cared.
What about the boost, though?
Whatever.
EGM, poking around the middle lane. Does have this rather powerful combination. It's not just a double stun, but he also has this magic. Oh, yeah. It's a Centaur Conqueror. Levels. Even easier. Man, I was like, there's no way that Pudge is going to just go in there and try and make this offlane work.
No, there was something tricksy.
Cinder and Honey, I thought they were going to, like, actually go on Yono or pull the creep wave off. Top lane, Trixie's dead again. It's just too much magic damage. You get stunned by the Wraithfire Blast, then you get locked in by Cold Feet, and then you've got everyone hitting with Chilling Touch magic damage as well.
Up on this lane, dude. It's not a thing.
Time to Iron Talon it away. He's only been trying to make it work when like that medium camp's been dead, but he may just have to stick it out in jungle.
I think you just go to this bottom jungle now too.
Well, as a result of all this pulling, he is going to lose his offlane tower at 5 minutes in. Era was able to get that done.
Now he just goes there, soaks XP, he'll be like a level 5 Pudge. This Iron Taloning Timbersaw is not even that much faster than him. That's the crazy part.
Nice.
No, but seriously, losing that tower isn't great.
It's got to be one of the big downsides of facing Clinks in general, but no offlaner is going to stop the Clinks push, right? Like, that always comes. It just happened a little bit quicker this time.
Yeah. It's just kind of unfortunate because it's not like you can do anything about that. Like, the good news is you're going to get a little bit more XP, but the downside is it opens up the map for the supports.
Oh, what a stun there from Limp. That was a great stun, but it may not be enough to save him here, as it looks like he's still going to be right-click down. He does manage to get the turnaround on the Cinderin, at least thanks in part to EGM.
Cinderin's just like, kill me, fam. He's 1,000 net worth Tusk. Could have at least gone the XP for that kill on a mid laner. No.
If feel like it's kind of similar to our game 1. It seems like our 2 supports, Alliance did something a little bit different, and these 2 supports did not have a game plan. Wraith King is not level 6.
Timing.
Nice pickup there. They are going to be able to just quickly take out the Wraith King. That was a beautiful snowball pickup by Synderen.
They get these creeps too. Oh, this is
That
huge.
is so much.
Chase these down. Amazing. That was a sick rotation. Like, that arrow moved up as well. That was the huge thing there. They had enough damage.
Just before the Wraith King hits his level 6 too. He was so close. He just needed 1 creep's worth of experience.
When you're Chen and that happens, you just hate life. It actually just sucks so much.
Yeah, I thought that Chen was going to be picked up a lot less in 7.0 because of the fact that, you know, he is more dependent on creeps because of Helmet Dominator, but there are less creeps to work around. But it seems like Chen has not been inhibited that much by the 2-minute respawn time.
They're going to go ahead and Ice Blast mid. Nothing happens out of it. Just going to walk away casually and...
They found Jonas and Fawn. To block him in, no escape, only hope is a deny.
Bite, deny. Can't do it. This has not been a very impactful Pudge. Like, he did get the 2 creep pulls mid, but otherwise has not really had a game for himself.
I mean, you give those kills to a Queen of Pain, and she's right back up there. Pretty heavily ahead in net worth thanks to the ganks of the supports, not just on the Pudge, but on Limp as well. And they're just barreling down towers. They took the offlane tower pretty quickly. Era's now here to defend against Loda as he attempts to go for the bottom lane. He is going to get stunned up and may just lose his reincarnation here. The slow on Hani may cost him something, or maybe it's going to be Era instead. They already have the dust on him. Era is a big-time kill. They want to be able to finish him off while Limp takes Hani's life into his hands and crushes it like a bird.
Yeah, that's a minor nuisance to lose your Wraith King ultimate that early, but at the same time getting the kill on Era, obviously very good. And at the same time, they're creating space for this Timbersaw, because this Timbersaw can't just get zoned out and do nothing in a game like this. And he's actually recovered quite nicely, as he's barely behind the net worth of this tiny.
Tier 1 tower is going to get dropped here by Koifa. Double damage has allowed him to chip away at it. In fact, EGM may be caught. Nice hook there from Jonas Upon. Not going to be fast enough.
I think Synderen's going to die for this one.
That means Synderen's going to be caught by Limp, tossed up in the air, and finished off by Jonas Upon. Still, though, all outer towers are gone for Alliance, and as a result, Ninja's Pyjamas do have an, well, I was going to say healthy net worth lead, but it's actually been dropped away by all that, the loss of air in that bottom lane. Huge their net worth. Just swing right back into Alliance. Nice stun into the hook with an Ice Blast over the top. EGM helps them finish off the Trixie Timbersaw, who's been having a very hard time this game.
Yeah, his net worth is okay, even though he just keeps feeding it back the other way. At the same time, they did take out the tier 1s, which I'm incredibly satisfied with, and at bottom Hanskin looks like he is going to go down here. Might even lose some creeps for his trouble, as doesn't know, but Era is right behind him as gets the Centaur stop.
He's going to try and TP out. They don't have the snowball. They barely have the damage.
That was so close.
Era going to take 2 of his creeps as well, so that's like an extra 125 gold there on top of the kill. Koifa going to be Ice Blasted with the tops up into the Dismember. Beautiful setup there from Alliance, and Avalanche will make sure Koifa is not going anywhere. Great combo.
Yeah, that was really well done by Alliance, as they're going to get a kill on a very key target. And although they haven't really done anything in the tower department aside from that bottom lane, which is what you want to do with the Chen, they have picked up kills around the map on core heroes. It's not like they're only picking off Synderen or anything like that. And as a result, net worth, top of the charts, is going to be this Wraith King. And I think Alliance EGM might just go down here as Era eats a creep.
So they could take EGM while Limp manages to pick off Hani. Decent trade-off there, and it seems like Nip are going to get a little bit more done from it. They are pressuring this offlane tower while Era, well, I guess he could start doing some damage on the tier 2.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
This tier 1 though, it doesn't look like they want to just give this up. Synderen's in position. They know that Loda still doesn't have his ultimate. They're going to jump in. This is a pretty big slow.
He was a little bit scared of jumping into Limp, but it looks like he managed to get the slow and keep his distance with a follow-up the Ice Sigil. And now Synderen coming in. They already managed to pick up Trixie at least. So that makes it an okay trade-off there for Limp, who was caught anyway.
That's a core for a core, and they're going to feel pretty good about that as Alliance, once again, losing their tiny, and Koikfa is having a very good time overall. He's already up to 1800. He's up to full Oblivion staff. Despite all the shenanigans that happened mid, his game is just fine, and if they could pick up Era though, this would be a pretty big kill as Jonas Fan lining up.
Oh, nice hook. Jonas Fan impressing on the Pudge.
Yeah, and that's a huge pickup. Every single time NIP makes any sort of headway, Alliance just immediately get some sort of return kill on a core hero.
Trixie is not going to be caught off again here. He is spotted out by this very deep observer ward of Alliance. Synderen and Honey, they're looking to pick up Limp here. They are going to run into him. Manage to get the observer ward, catch him in, lock him, trying to get the combo stuns to prevent this combination, but Limp does manage to get it out, deals a lot of damage back. Is going to be taking the hook, and now the Ice Blast is going to come in, and that's going to finish off Heroes of Nip. That's 2 down, and Limp is still alive. He has the Shadow Strike on him, but it looks like he will survive just ever so barely.
Unbelievable. That should not have happened like that. So Jonas gets the hook save, and then they get the 2 rebuttal kills because they were low from the stun toss combo. That is
EGM
absolutely ruthless.
Is very big. At Arcane Boots, he's level 9 and has another 800 gold in the bank right now.
A 60 GPM talent.
Coming. It's coming in. I thought you didn't like the 60 GPM talents.
I don't. They're kind of underwhelming, but
still better than 8%.
In a game like this, take the 60 GPM. Be greedy, Jerry.
Okay.
Hold on, I'll ask Misery. Yo, Rasmus, would you take the 60 GPM or the 8 spell amp? 60 GPM, that's how you know. Former core player,
yeah, but Misery's greedy as fuck.
He really is greedy.
Misery's super greedy.
Sad that he doesn't see how greedy he is.
Ice Blast into the mid lane is going to reveal some of the heroes of Nip behind this tier 1 tower push, but it looks like Alliance are still going to get the job done. Nip have just been sent back too many times. They're not even close to the Desolator on Clinks. This Queen of Pain has not had...
might get run into. They've got vision.
Oh, another hook. Jesus, Jonas Fan. He just can't stop hitting hooks. That's going to be... and that Observer Ward is going to die in 8 seconds, so... Nip, they painted out, but they're probably going to counter ward it soon and find that, much to their disappointment, there's no longer a ward there.
Very well done so far. And Alliance are just going to move this into a straight up push as Era going to get ice blasted. Immediately backs up, but should not be too afraid. What did he take? Dude, he took the spell amp! He took the spell amp!
Dude, EGM just wants more kills.
What a
that Ice Blast is going to make it happen.
Jerry, this is how you know. Jerry's changing as a player, man. He's building a Veil instead of a Midas, and he took the spell amp. What a guy.
Is that because Hanskin needs so much farm in some ways?
Yeah.
Hanskin needs the straight up axe. Like, he's the 4 position in this game.
Yeah, technically he's more like the 3.
Yeah, with Jonas Fan. He's been hitting all these hooks and trying to finish up an Ether Lens.
You know who
we had
Jalen
this
Rose
conversation a couple times. Who? What?
Oh, no, never mind. I'll explain this point later. What's up?
All right. We had this conversation about the Ether Lens on Pudge. We were both much more down with the Blink Dagger or Force Staff, any sort of mobility item, than the extra range.
Yeah, this item just feels incredibly underwhelming. You don't really feel the impact of it, much as you feel the impact of a Pudge that goes really fast Force Staff or something. Because you can do something with that. Like imagine Synderen goes with a snowball. You can just Force Staff a target away, then Synderen's horribly out of position and his team can't follow up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They're trying to go on Loda here. He has the Reincarnation as well as a Blade Melt and an Armlet. He's hard enough to kill by himself once. And if any members of Alliance happen to be behind him, which they were, they spotted that out.
The ulti's only 40 seconds now?
On who?
Dang. On the Wraith King?
Oh, at level 3.
Yeah, it was 60 before.
Yeah. And you get that no Reincarnation mana cost at level 25 if you want.
That is definitely the one you take.
Got it.
Maybe not in a game like this, Normally,
Yeah,
there's
if you have no mana
burns.
burn, right? Then why don't you just take the extra life?
If you're against an AM, it just owns them.
Yeah.
Oh, they're gonna go for the Roshan, and once again, Alliance have taken all the Roshans in the series so far. And there should be no exception as NIP. They're lined up to try to contest. Snowball does see it.
This is gonna be tough though. They can have some spam, shards, chakram, these sort of things can be used to kind of delay this Roshan attempt on Alliance. But,
I mean, it's doing pretty.
Taking out the
pretty
10
good.
creeps.
Peace
Smoke up here.
They want to take this fight. Trixie's gonna break it, and they're just gonna send Loda in with the creeps, but
You need a fresh chakram, one that's directly on top of the Roche. They are managing to hit the ensnare into the hook. Trixie gonna get blown up pretty quickly, and Nip do not have a response. The snowball's already coming in, but it's not gonna be good enough. He's so deep into the enemy. What a beautiful sonic wave, though, from the Queen of Pain. Can it be enough, though? Air's in the back lines just chipping away at Limp, but these heroes seem to be a bit too tanky. A toss over, straight into Air. A nice play there from Limp, trying to get himself some distance away from the Queen of Pain, but he won't manage to get it. Koifa picks up the triple, and now Loda is orchid it up. He's gonna die as well. Holy crap, I thought that was going to be a nasty fight for Nip, but they should manage to finish off Loda without too many issues. Nice dodge there. And an ultra kill for Koifa. Holy shit.
That was amazingly well done by NIP. Queen of Pain ultimate just did so much work. I think he hit all 5 targets there. I'm going to see the fight recap.
Oh, the hook, nice hook from Yona, some fun. I feel like I've seen this before, except for it was the Hanskin Pudge. And managed to do something similar here. Air is trying to finish up Roshan and will manage to get it. The Aegis now in his hands. Alliance were not able to put a stop to that one.
That was 4k damage done by the Queen of Pain in that fight.
Wow.
Yeah, that was more damage than Air did in the entirety of his AM game. Very well done.
Even after his death, he's got 2,200 after the Orchid, so he's going to start working towards a BKB. Why the Orchid, by the way, and not the Veil?
I mean, it's really, really good against pretty much all of Alliance's heroes. It just completes your ability to run at people. Makes Limp feel incredibly useless, which he already does. This is a level 13 Tiny with just a Blink Dagger. He doesn't feel good about this game.
You think the Tiny's the determining factor? Like, you can't get aggressive on a Tiny with a Queen of Pain unless you do have that disable.
I think it's just a good all-around item in a game like this.
Yeah. The change of the talents, does that change up the Queen of Pain's build that much? Besides, obviously, he's probably not going to be going Blade Mail. Is there anything else?
I think you have to get a BKB a little bit earlier. For the most part, though, it's okay. Pick the 90 GPM talent, by the way. I think that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, almost every single game I've seen, Quaps prefer the 12% cooldown reduction.
Yeah.
Not feeling it here, though. They are going to smoke up. Take it to Alliance, if possible, near this Tier 2 tower. Ice Blast just got used, too, so Hanskin, he's immediately going to die. EGM is going to be forced back as well.
All these pickoffs they had in the early game have just meant nothing. Because NIP have the ability to push towers very easily. And Alliance, I mean, they can't really transition into pushes very simply. This Limp has just had too bad of a time. Like, maybe this Tiny was a little bit more farmed. They could have impact, but I mean, they still have a very good comeback mechanic with their AA Ice Blast. No matter how far behind in the game you are, that percentage-based damage is going to be useful.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Cliff goes down as Tier 2 at 18 HP, but it's still going to die. No deny here. Alliance trying to set up for a hook. Going to miss Arrow this time.
It's okay. The entirety of NIP are behind him right now.
Maybe not a fight you would like to take, especially since Era does have that Aegis. Yudasavon continues to run forward here. He's going to run into Era and get a straight-up dismember. Nip can easily turn this one around, though. Orchid placed onto Yonasafon. Yonasafon going to be target of all of Nip's iron. Nice send back, though. Just in time. Pudge does not die from the Orchid inside of the fountain. Probably had about 100 HP left.
I think they will contest bottom. They do have a TP on their Pudge as well. He's going to heal
Isn't this Tier 2 like one of the toughest towers to defend, though?
I mean, you've kind of got your own Aegis in a way.
Yeah, that's true.
But they are going to give it up. This is all their Tier 2 towers now.
has
This is going to be a rough game for Alliance to come back into.
My God, Tiny hits real slow with his level 2 grow and then the ice sigil on top of him.
That's very smart
never
pickup by Sind.
swings.
He's even maxed it, just opting to go for the 1 level in the snowball, realizing that he can really screw them.
When you've seen Tuss, have you seen this keeping this old build, the 414, even though the level 15 talent?
Yeah.
Ice Sigil just feels too good of an ability to skip out on. Oh, Koifa almost picks up Limp. He is going to get the send back.
Look how cocky he can play, though.
Yeah.
He just blinks into the vicinity of 4 different heroes, and he just doesn't care.
He doesn't even have the BKB. Once Koifa does have that, I'm sure there's going to be some real shenanigans from this Quap. Era does have the Deso Medallion Ring of Aquila, and he's trying to work on the Hurricane Pike right now. Does have the Dragonlance in the Courier, so he is going to be very farmed and able to sit very far back from all these melee heroes. His biggest threat has definitely got to be that Tiny, who he's trying to work on the Shadow Blade after the Blink Dagger, but he has obviously been delayed pretty heavily.
Meanwhile, Klinks just continues to farm, doing a very good job overall. And just not a lot of options so far for Alliance. Like, they're kind of meandering around the map. Lotus pushing out this bottom lane with Limp. But for the most part, they're not going to be able to find any sort of pickoffs. Like, this is the type of game where you just have to wait for NIP to make a mistake and you climb back into that opening.
So you just kind of go everywhere that Nip isn't, try and farm and wait for them to go for that high ground push or something of the like.
Yeah. Opportunity in a game like this might present itself, so being patient is important, because you're not going to win the vision game. But you can maybe split push around the map and create some opportunities for yourself.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Pushing high ground is definitely the biggest opportunity Alliance will ever have, thanks to Yona Sumfon's Pudge, as well as the Tiny. There is also the possibility of a toss-back play from Limp. Ninjas and Pyjamas are going to have to be very careful when they do actually push high ground. Probably going to wait until at least the next Aegis. Meanwhile, Hunskin actually does have his Aghanims complete, so we'll finally see some big ancient creeps on the map. Maybe doing a little split pushing, joining in on these team fights.
BKB is complete by Queen of Pain now. Their team is fragile, though. Like, imagine going high ground against this Tiny, you just get tossed back, immediately die, even with an Aegis. Yeah. So, NIP is kind of waiting for the same thing, for Alliance to kind of split up for an opportunity. Maybe they get too comfortable with the rhythm of this game.
You know, Blitz, I was going to ask you what's your favorite ancient creep to pick up as a Chen, but I'm pretty sure you've never played a Chen in your life.
Dude, I played Chen like 3 times. How dare you? Not the new
It sounds
Chen.
like a support hero. Hey, first of all, it's a support hero. Second of all, it's a support hero that does not sound your style.
I think it's the Black Dragon, though.
Black Dragon? Not the 10% or 15% from the Golem?
I mean, the Black Dragon's insane. You can push out waves without being there.
So in other words, it's the creep that gets you the most gold, therefore you like it?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look which one he opted to take.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
You mean the one that he ran into? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, you know, it's
It's not
Dota,
like he had a whole
the chance.
plethora of choices there.
He's like, Dota knew.
All right, now he's got himself a golem as well. Limp, they do know about him. He managed to Shadow Blade away, though. How the hell did they know about him?
Guess. Big fight, though. Alliance desperately needs this one.
They've got the stun out of Koifa. This is big. They're going to be able to blow up. No, the snowball save a little bit. Koifa's going to be able to get off the storage crit. Off the crits. Loda just blows up him with 1 physical damage shot. He managed to take out Koifa. Hanskin managed to get away from Trixie there. Looks like Loda is going to be able to get onto Era. Yoda Safon running him down. Managed to get the hook. Now Limp. He takes a Laguna Blade, shrugs it off, and keeps on moving forward with the Shadow Blade. Going to be able to find Synderen as well. Alliance. Oh, what a save from Synderen, and what a lucky crit from Loda.
Did he not have Blink up there?
I think he was just about to blink. I think he popped BKB and then was going to start blinking.
He's like, I'm good. And then he just gets straight up.
738 damage.
Oh my. That was a very, very good fight. Alliance had just had the perfect angle to jump in. They were ready for it. Loda blinks in. Which is NIP completely unaware. Cinderin had a sick snowball. Doesn't end up mattering at all.
If only they had counter vision for when they originally found Limp.
Yeah. I mean, the
All
problem
would've
is
been good.
they all grouped up, right?
Yeah.
They were going to kill Limp. And Alliance is just laughing.
Worthy tribute.
Just prepared. And I think bread is ready.
What?
Mystery's cooking croissant. And I thought I was being sneaky.
Jesus Christ.
You want me to ask him what his favorite Chen creep is?
Yeah, sure, dude. In fact, why don't you... No. Get up and just put Misery on, and I'll cast with him.
What's your favorite Chen creep? The ancient. Which one? Oh, he said the dragon.
Yeah, of course, because Misery's greedy as fuck, and he wants the farming creep.
That's my boy. Alright, NIP gonna be smoked out for this Roche attempt. They're even gonna fire off the Ice Blast. I think this is gonna prompt the fight from NIP. It's gonna be under the shrine though. We just talked about this.
Oh no, Limp. He managed to come in with the Shadow Blade, already gets his initiation, while Loda is going to be going on to Koifa, but this time the Snowball save is successful. Koifa pops the BKB, moves forward, going for Jonas and Fawn. Looks like they should be able to take him out, as well as the Jonas and Fawn Pudge. Cinderin's just been stalling up Loda this whole entire time. Hit him with the Ice Shard, slow him down with the Sigil. Now Loda is going to be losing his first life, and Limp is going to have to find a way in. He's going to jump to the back lines, toss forward into Trixie, manage to finish off Cinderin at least, and Loda starts running his way back, but Hani's going to be able to stun up, slow down with a Chakram. Era comes forward with a big damage, toss him over to the Lina, does manage to get the Lina kill because of that. Limp, though, he's not going to be able to save Loda's life. Towards the end there, Dip, this time around, they're the ones with the big smoke play and a great initiation.
Limp almost salvaged that fight. That should have been almost a clean 4 or 5 for nothing. But as a result, they pick up 2 kills, which will allow them to slow down the Aegis entirely. As
they have the Orchid, but Limp, he's going to be able to blink over the side, destroying some of this, but they need to pop that Shrine. He dies too quickly to Era. The physical damage is too much for him to handle between the Deso and the Medallion.
I don't think you... Oh. Even if they pop the Shrine, did you see how fast he went down?
Yeah, he desperately needs some of that armor, that AC.
He has 8 armor. Now it's going to be a Roshan. I think if he doesn't go down there, they could contest this Roche. But with him dying there, Jonas is just going to go for a hook. Whiffs, NIP are very aware they're on the left side. Now Era has an Aegis, and this game resets back in favor of NIP. Could he have killed the Quap there?
What if he just ran at Koifa and
No, I'm in the AA Blast. He had 500 HP out of 1800.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, probably. He does have the level 2 Ice Blast, so...
Yeah, and the Spell Amp. Don't forget about that.
It's true. Can't knock that 8%.
22 frostbitten damage.
I mean, if you think about it this way, right? If he gets 1 extra kill because of 8%, that pays for the 60 gold and then some.
I guess if you want to think about it that way. Seems like a serious case of reductivism.
Alright, whatever, dude.
Yeah, if he gets 14 kills this game, I don't think he's going to care about the 60 GPM, but...
It's 18 to 22. We're reaching the 30-minute marker. Nip, despite having a bit of a slump there after a really bad team fight, did bring it right back in there to get about 8,000 gold ahead, 10,000 experience as well.
I like that move a lot. Like, just playing decisively is something that their lineup lacked in general. It's not like they could play decisively with their last lineup. But with this one, they're making full work of it. Koifa is playing very aggressively. Cinderin is a beast in these fights. His impact for how much net worth he has and what kind of playing has been flawless.
Yeah, he just negated all of Loda's impact in that last team fight. Being able to go on him first, but that's because these team fights are all about initiation, right? Alliance got the initiation in the bottom lane. They won that fight pretty handedly. This time around, it's Nip who get the nice jump in. And they can prevent both these cores,
Era.
really. Oh, Jesus. 3-shot? 4-shot? No, not going to be enough. Hanskin actually gets out the heal pretty quickly there. And Era.
Ani, continue to push out bottom. Does have a Blink Dagger as well. Very farm support.
And he
barely
will.
behind tags.
Savon's gonna go for this, and he can hook through these creeps and grab Honey, but he has to be real quick on this dismember. The self-fuels is not gonna be real good, as it's just gonna set up the Ice Blast.
Gotta
Savon.
pop the blade mail. Just go for the
Yeah,
TP out,
good.
and he will be successful.
No stuns between those two cores, Queen of Pain or the Timber Saw.
Where's Queen of Pain going? She has something in a recipe.
I'm presuming Scythe, right?
Yeah.
More lockdown.
If it was me playing this co-op, I would get a Lincoln.
I mean,
So
if you were
pretty.
playing this co-op, you probably would have gone Aghanims first to farm creeps.
Though.
Koifa is plenty farmed as is. He's got 16k net worth, top of the board. And is going to be well on his way to his first big late game item. Alliance, do you manage to find the ward counter ward combination, immediately smoke up off of that? Nip are holding a high ground area of their own, though. See if they get caught by the initiation of Alliance.
It's good timing. I don't think NIP will expect this. When you have an Aegis and the enemy team hides, you expect them to just play incredibly far back, right?
Yeah.
Alliance is doing the opposite as...
Oh no, that was not the hook. Loda's going to be able to finish up Hani, though.
That was so sad.
Limp gets taken away from his kill, but Loda's able to pick it up now. In a 5 versus 4, Alliance feel comfortable trying to force the fights, even with an Aegis.
Dire's bottom tower
Start running around, seeing if they can find some sort of pick, but not going to run into anybody. Not sure if they want to run out into the shrine, though. Loda's going to go for it. He does have an Aegis of his own, though. Is able to execute Synderen. All about the initiation, and Alliance do have it in spades. Limp looks for another extra pickup, but won't be able to find it.
You see, the problem is when you have this Aegis, you always think that the enemy team won't take the fight ever. But they're going to. Because they know that Alliance, they've done a good job so far of waiting out time. NIP got a little bit, they got a little bit too complacent. They're still in a very good position, though. This Queen of Pain is a beast.
Nice pickup
They're
there.
just losing heroes now. I feel like this should have been a pretty clean victory for NIP after how the mid game went, but they're just allowing Alliance into the game time and time again. Even gonna lose a tier 2 for this.
middle tower has fallen.
Tier 2 goes down. Alliance quickly back away with their blink daggers. That's gonna be that gold lead from Nip, dwindling more and more. On top of that, Trixie's now down to 8 bloodstone charges, where he was actually looking pretty good there before that pick.
He's just, I think they're just overrating his survivability as well. Yes, you have a bloodstone and a hood, but if you've got 4 heroes beating on, you're gonna die quite quickly, especially without reactive armor stacks.
Yeah, he has
Breaking
no
just
armor
lays
to
in you.
start.
Yeah, 5 armor, tiny.
My thrift reward.
Now the Basher as well on Lotus, so some extra lockdown. You just see he did a 1500 damage crit. No creep. So he hits pretty hard.
Didn't need to in a game like this, because even with all these random slip-ups, NIP are still in a very good position in this game. Lynx is incredibly farmed. He has a Solar Crest as well, just further messing with Loda. It's a very good item against Tiny too, if you consider how many attack swings Tiny gets off.
Yeah. This is one of those.
Of them.
We are, if you can finish up the BKB before this next fight, it'd be great, but it looks like Alliance is going to force it anyway. Glimmer Cape goes out. Synderen's still going to be caught by the hook. Arrow reveals himself, trying to go into Yonasafon, but into a blade mail. He actually gets picked up by the snowball, kind of saved as Limp is trying to chase down Arrow right now. Goes for the invis and backs away. Koifa with his BKB. He's focusing on EGM, but it looks like they're just going to leave some of these heroes behind. Turns around, finish off EGM with a stun, slowing down Limp. Might be able to get everyone out, except for maybe Hani. Hani starts throwing around some spells for the extra movement speed. He's got a blink. He's good.
Brawl, Timber, and a Tusk in exchange for the 3 side heroes of Alliance. Not bad at all.
Not bad for who? Because I'm looking at like Alliance. Even though they lost 3, they're still kind of okay with that because Timbersaw is now down to 6 bloodstone charges.
It's not as important charges on him as it would be on a hero like Storm. It's kind of just annoying more than. But he's got to die in fights, Austin. Might as well be him, as long as you're not losing the 2 main core.
This was what Trixie was always kind of known for, right? Was a very aggressive offlaner, and it seems like in this game that that storyline of him being the one to always die is going to move on to these mid-game team fights.
Be unkillable.
Nice pickup.
She also needs armor. Armor is pretty underwhelming.
There's no way with the change around of Blade Melee you ever consider the other level 25 talent on Quap, right? The -3-second Shadow Strike cooldown?
I don't know. Weehaw was kind of advocating for it.
Really?
He was just doing it to be arrogant, but...
Yeah. A 1 second, 1 second cooldown Shadow Strike?
Think about it. You would just continuously... Oh, Era's gonna get
That's a gem on Limp. Era. He's gone.
No.
He's donezo.
That was the one hero that kind of in the same case of you can't get picked off and loss. Now Hani's gonna lose his life, and every single time it feels like NIP gets an advantage, it just goes the other way. And now this is an empty Roshan. Alliance just want to walk in and take. I think it's better than going high ground, but they are gonna risk the high ground, maybe force buyback out of Klinks, who does not have it available. Hani's gonna buy back. I think this should just prompt Alliance to go back and immediately run.
Hey, you force one buyback. There's no need to be greedy, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's gonna be hard going high ground against the Queen of Pain and this Timbersaw. Like, you can still overextend and die here. So you take what's given to you. And in the kills department, despite this game, it's felt like for a very long time NIP have been in control. But at the same time, Alliance, I mean, they've done a very good job of opening up opportunities. NIP have been a little bit greedier than they had to. And now it's going to be a free Roshan for Limp, who's starting to get very fat.
Are you down with Synderen's choice of talent? He also went for the 90 gold per minute over the plus 150 snowball damage.
It's 150 damage now.
Dude, it's 150 damage though.
But you know, 90 GPM, you know, and put down like a down payment and you can buy a Toyota for yourself.
What item could Tuss pick up that's going to be game changing?
You could buy a Hex. Demon and Synderen's going to laugh in your face.
We'll work on that 90-minute game.
It's going to be actually a while before it turns into a Hex. It's like...
He's going to be able to buy...
Look at it already pay off. He's almost got a Blink Dagger, you idiot.
I'm pretty sure the 90 gold per minute is only paid for like maybe 500 of that gold.
That's a lot. That's not a small amount, dude.
All right. Honey's working towards his Aghanim Scepters, about halfway there. That's going to be another fearsome high ground defense.
Is the 700 health, because that is so much, or the 150 Walrus Punch crit.
We played that game, didn't we? Carry Tusk.
700 HP is so much, dude.
700 HP is a lot. I'm pretty sure if Synderen ever gets to level 25, he's taking that one.
I don't know.
Unless that 90 gold per minute is going to pay for a Divine Rapier.
You're going to die anyways, to be fair. Your hero goes down quite quickly. They're setting up right now. Loda can go in. He's going to immediately jump on Era. Does have a BKB. He's just going to get Yulesed up.
At the same time, Limp has been caught by Koifa and Trixie, so we may be just seeing a trade-off of carries or not. Era manages to get away from bottom lane. Synderen is going to be Sacrificial Lamb, it seems. Jonas Safon, 4 staffs out, looks desperately for that kill. And somehow Limp is still alive against these two. I'm not sure how. He popped his BKB. Does not have a TP, though. Trying to get his blink off. Trixie stops him. The BKB
this is a
now worn down. And finally, he will get off. He was like half a second away from TPing out, but Koifa managed to get him with the Scythe of Ice.
It's an excellent trade-off. They lose one hero in exchange, and that's the gem as well. That you can't take trades like that, and you're gonna try to get something out of this. As Jonas is,
really trying for this one. I feel like
been hit by the Ice
Loda
Blast.
Even with the numbers advantage, I feel like Loda is not someone you want to challenge right now.
Imagine you just get hit by an Errant Hook. But still, losing the gem and losing your Aegis for almost nothing. It's not just the Aegis, it's the gem that makes a bigger deal to me.
Yeah, that's going to be rough for Alliance. They had pretty good map control. Now, That's going to be dwindling with a lot of their outer wards being taken away. They're trying to set up on Kuiper right now. Nice hook from Jonas and Fawn, but not fast enough on the Dismember. Still going to have the blink forward, BKB activated, but a bash. Never mind. Side to Vice onto Loda. Nice. Snowball saved. That's going to be able to prevent that Ice Blast from finishing him off. Blink away. He's good. Cinder in. Actually going to be stunned up by the Chen creeps. Pushed back there by the Hurricane Pike is going to be able to keep Loda at distance. He turns around and quickly executes Cinder in. Trixie's right in the middle of all this one, going for some of the back lines. EGM goes down about half. Doesn't matter. Hani turns around, manages to get some pure damage out on Jonas and Fawn.
Oh, they're
finishes
kiting
him up.
this.
And nice blink backwards. Loda, he's still tanky as all get out. And if he ever manages to get his hands on somebody, he's going to be able to finish them off. Koifa managed to get EGM in the back lines. Stalled up a little bit by the Chen creeps while Loda lost his first life. Now he managed to get the stun onto Era. Lim came in from behind. Managed to get the combo stun. Now Trixie gets taken out as well. As soon as Loda, he got kited and kited and kited by Nip so successfully. But eventually he did manage to get his hands on a couple of those core heroes and rip them apart quickly like that.
Before the Tiny comes in, you think that the three of them are just doing such a good job of slowing down, cutting Loda off at the kneecaps, but then everybody comes in, just immediately squashes that attempt, as now they're going to go for the push. Klinks is going to be forced to buy back here, as Timbersaw desperately doesn't want to. He's going to be up in 7 seconds. Quickfoot going to hex up, and this should be a kill on the Chen. Everybody else gets out. I think he'll be okay with that.
Koifa wants some Chen creeps. They'll probably be able to get a few.
Alliance have a very good way back into this game now. Force the buyback onto this Klinks. That takes off a significant amount of his net worth. Barely ahead of this Tiny now. And even though this Queen of Pain is quite strong, like at some point, she's gonna run out of BKB charges. This Abyssal Blade Wraith King can chew into her.
Do you pick up Bloodthorn next and try and turn yourself into a bit more physical damage?
I feel like an AC is not a bad option either.
Okay.
She kind of needs the gem. She's gonna get stuck. I think she's
yeah,
just
they're
gonna
gonna be. Oh, what? The BKB goes off just before the Wraith Blast is there. Now he's able to blink away. Limp is taking a lot of damage from Era, who managed to get a force staff forward a little bit more, and he's got him. Loda, he does get the stun onto Era, but without Limp, he doesn't feel comfortable moving forward. Koifa gets the Scythe and Orchid onto Jonas and Fawn. Era thinks about going for that kill, decides against it, and they're just gonna go for the push. But they are rather low HP. A single Ice Blast would be enough to deter them. So Nip actually are just going to back away. Check out Roshan Pit. It's definitely not up. Not even close to it.
They just lost the gem again.
Just keeps
they
going
really
round and
need
round.
that. Yeah. At the same time, though, very well done. It looked like a very smart attempt by Alliance. They had the two creeps. They had the Centaur. Lead it off. They popped the Lincolns with the net. Then everybody rushes forward, but NIP did a very good job of salvaging that.
The Koifa was... I felt like, in some ways, the toss was a little detrimental. It seemed like the Wraith Blast just took forever to reach the Queen of Pain. She was tossed up in the air.
I thought for sure that they had that kill.
Yeah. I mean, if they do manage to combo those stuns up, there's no way Koifa lives through that.
Yeah, just pick up the Bloodthorn, because I would have made a case of the AC, but I think she needs the gem. She's the only one that realistically doesn't die very easily, right? And gem is very big against Alliance's lineup, especially since it's the Silver Edge is the only way that Limp is able to play the way that he's been playing so far. As the creeps get jumped on mid, they're gonna wait for the Tiny. He is up. Gonna look for the angle for the fight as well. Next Roshan gonna be quite big for both teams, so NIP posturing.
Alliance are going to 4-man smoke behind Loda as he pushes forward. I think they have a pretty good idea. The Nip are currently up there in Dire Jungle. Loda's going to try and lead the way. Just kind of acting like he's stumbling into the Nip members. Nip are not going to turn on him.
No, they don't buy this, dude.
No, they don't buy this whatsoever.
Like this if they're not all behind him.
Oh, the hook attempted, but the blink back, it actually hit Cinderin instead. Trixie dodges the hook, but Synderen now may be caught, gets the snowball off, managed to lock in Limp. Limp takes a good amount of damage from that Laguna Blade, and EGM almost gets taken out by Era at the same time as Sonic Wave still not hitting EGM. EGM in the back lines gets good Ice Blast. Hook in. Era with the BKB going to be dismembered up, but the rest of NiP are looking quite
Loda,
healthy.
They're
still needing to fight around Loda as quick as possible. Synderen's going to try and stall up his retreat. Koifa actually gets hit by the back, and there's the crit. Loda takes one. Looking to take another here as Trixie doesn't have too much HP either. Era, he pokes at Loda, but it just does nothing at all, especially against that 40% lifesteal. Jonas the Pod caught Era.
Even
nice dismember. That's going to be a Wraith Fire Blast, and Era goes down. Big pickups.
The crit timings.
Yeah. Loda keeps hitting him right at the end there.
It's just so funny. Like, I thought for sure Alliance was going to lose that fight. Koifa, he had like half his HP left. He just got blasted.
Now all their wards are going to go down.
I thought for sure that was NIP's fight to lose. They just kept baiting for the further. The huge thing there was if Arrow was able to kill EGM. Remember when he caught him in the back lines?
Yeah.
If he gets that last hit and he doesn't get the Ice Blast off, I feel like he can still win that fight. And that's how close the margin for victory is in a game like this. We saw him get away with, what, 1 hit left?
Yeah, 1 hit, and also he was like 100 distance away from the Sonic Wave as well. That would have finished him off.
Yeah, exactly. When he threw it off in the middle of everybody.
Yeah.
It's also his decision. He's got this Veil. He has some good armor, Plate Mail, Glen Cape. Like, all of these defensive items so far have been pretty great for him as Alliance now own the map. They actually just own the map. They can play this very aggressively with so many heroes dead. Clinks died, remember? Doesn't have buyback for another 2 minutes. Even if he wanted to have it, and very defensive item set.
It seems like this late game Wraith King is a bit of a problem. I misspoke earlier. I said 40%. It turns out lifesteal is actually 50%, but also he's level 25 and has an extra 20% on top of that. So he's up to, it's normally, what, 30% at the end, and now it's 50%? That's pretty good sustain. Like, this late game Wraith King is a beast. You just, like, can't seem to bring him down if he's actually swinging on something.
They have to do is what they've been doing since the mid game is isolate him, kill the rest of his team first, and then just play the dance around him game. But the problem is, if you look at this Clinks' items, like, he has the Solar Crest, and he has a BKB, and he has a Hurricane Pike. In terms of overall damage output, it's nowhere near this Wraith King's. Almost all your damage is concentrated on this Queen of Pain, who still does not have that much armor. This is a 12 armor Queen of Pain.
They're gonna get the initiation. Koifa blinks away. They do manage to get a stun on a Trixie. Trixie, she's good. That Ice Blast wasn't even needed. Now the Laguna Blade onto Limp brings him down to about half. Loda does have a blink up in a second here. They're trying to use their invis to get out, but Jonas is here with the gem. Looks like Hani's good. Synderen also with a snowball blink gets some distance, but Loda's right on top of him. Beyond Godlike double kill. Loda does not quit, and he's going to go straight to Roshan. See if he can get an Aegis for their Limp.
That's pretty brutal, and if NIP loses this game, they're going to be kicking themselves. Because this was a game where I feel like they definitely could have won. A lot of the advantages, they took out all the tier 2 towers, they had the Aegis for quite a long time. And now you've just got Loda marching in. He's been very good in these last 2 games, 18, 3, and 12 in a game like this. Although KD doesn't matter, it's the amount of impact he's had with his Wraith King, the positioning so far. Team is doing a very good job of making sure that he doesn't just get kited around the map.
This last pick, Wraith King, has done a lot for Alliance and might just allow them to finish off this game. They are going to take down Loda once, 40 seconds, and he'll have that reincarnation back, so can't actually catch him immediately. He will have that second life in just a smidgen of time, so Alliance just kind of chill out, farm a little bit, wait for the next creep wave.
And Quickfa does have another gem. They've got one in base as well, so they have the ability to refresh through these gems. That part isn't really too big of a concern. As now NIP, they're going to smoke up themselves. There is an Aegis on the side of Alliance, but they're kind of hoping that Alliance will split up and farm here. Like what happened to them when they had the Aegis.
Yeah, they're not too far from being wrong. Alliance are a little bit split, but it looks like they're going to stay kind of near each other for the most part.
Gank on the new.
Yeah, Alliance seem to be pretty disciplined, man. Just even when they're feeling like they're this far ahead, they're still making sure they maintain that discipline that won them game number 1.
And NIP, they played such a good mid game. We talked about it ad nauseum, but it's just these little tiny errors. Like you lose 1 hero, then you suddenly lose 2, and you still think you're in a very good position because they were able to stomp the subsequent fights. But I mean, 1 or 2 more of those pickoffs, they just continue to add up. Especially since they kept getting core pickoffs as well. And meanwhile, this Wraith King no longer cares about anything. He's got 2,900 gold, could pick up that BKB in lieu of the armlet or the Echo.
He still has so much late game to pick up. They're like the armlet and Echo Saber are both like mid game items. Like those could easily be replaced by later items.
He even has the Moonshard too. He attacks so fast right now. 300 damage per hit, Wraith King when he turns on the armlet. And they can go for this kind of push.
Loda leads the charge. Hook attempted here from Jonas Fan.
They just want this tier 3 gone so that they can easily go for the shrines as well. They don't really have to accomplish too much with this. Aside from going for the tier 3s. Force NIP to overextend trying to defend this. But because Loda has that 40-second cooldown ultimate, as soon as he gets gone on, you can just force staff him out and even re-engage because Limp has the Sagus.
Oh, look at that. The Ice Blast sets Jonas Fan up. He spots Cinder, and because of that, that's the pick maybe they needed. Not just take this tier 3, but maybe go for more. 70 seconds until NIP have their 5-man roster up again. They're actually going to send Loda home as he attempts to go for that. He does have the bots too.
Just bots 2 up. Go for it.
So,
cool.
Bloodthorn down. He just, immediately goes for it? Or
yeah, I think so. You can even just force the high ground because if Cinderin had buyback, he might already use it by now.
Creeps are going to go for it.
Just bait a few of the spells. Loda jumps in, gets hexed.
Limp jumps in, but managed to get in the way of Jonas Fan's hook. Means Alliance are going to try and back themselves away. Send back on EGN. They do have the Ice Blast coming in. Loda actually tries to get on top of Trixie with the help of Limp. They do manage to get him. That is the first slice down from Loda in this fight, but he blinks away immediately. Not going to be caught inside the base with a buyback from Trixie. Alliance will retreat. Taking the tier 3 tower is what they needed. They can send Loda back to defend mid and start working on those shrines.
Yeah. I think now they have a clear play since this tier 3 tower is gone. You can play a little bit risky because both your 2 melee cores have this, I mean, Loda has an Aegis in his ultimate and actually physically holds 1. This Wraith King though isn't too nearby, but NIP, they've had a blow buyback. They know that Cinderin doesn't have one as well, as a virtue of if he had a buyback he would have used it at the same time Trixie did. So now NIP, if they lose 1 or 2 heroes here, could just mean the game for them.
They have a fresh BKB to work off of on Loda. So he could just go uphill, 10-second BKB. Switched out of his backpack as well if he needs to. Double damage, so it seems like everything is going to go the way of Alliance here. Ninjas and Pyjamas, this is going to be their hardest hold yet.
Be a pretty good push, like you said. NIP have to play this pretty much perfectly. There is no Aegis available, but I think DD Loda is still to try to go for this. Although it does get Yule's off. He's gonna pop his BKB.
Gonna be activated on his first life. He may still end up dying here, or maybe not. Sonic Wave. Oh my goodness, he survives, just 15 HP. First life kept intact. All right, the Laguna Blade comes out, finishes off EGM.
This is not a bad fight now for NIP. They're gonna start rushing forward.
They need to try and catch nice Icicle Shards. Managed to keep Loda from retreating there. Managed to get a Scythe of Ice as well. Bloodthorn on him, trying to finish him off quickly. Got to do it quickly, but the Chen send back. It's there in time.
And the hook.
Loda survives.
Force
step. Oh, the Yule Scepter is there just in time. That would have been a beautiful play from Alliance if they had made that work, but Jonas Fan could not save his dear support.
That was very well done by NIP. As soon as they sense any sort of weakness, they immediately start rushing forward. Jonas Fan barely gets out of there.
Yeah, he got a little greedy going for that bounty rune, but doesn't get caught.
Dude, come on, they just let you get away. Like, Hani, though, doing a very good job in that fight. Immediately sets up on EGM, throws down the Laguna Ags on him. That's quite a lot of damage that he has. That's 850 pure damage. Which leaves EGM with a pure 400. Now NIP are the ones progressively for the time being. But Alliance, everyone's alive, and they're gonna poke forward. Man, if NIP could have killed Loda, that would have been... That was the big one.
Yeah. But a great save from Hanskin does prevent all that from occurring. Yep, they set up on the wrong high ground here. They went for the high ground around the shrine, hoping that Alliance would end up running into them.
Yeah, they're playing to win right now. You see what Loda's doing too with the BKB, right? Like as soon as he dies, he just swaps out the BKB, so he technically has a way to get out.
That being said, it's slowing down these BKB cooldown quite a bit. He still doesn't have it for another 20 seconds. Scan out. Ice Blast is going to be used to kind of scout this area. They see a couple of heroes there. They spotted Hani in the trees. Going to be able to clip him with the Ice Blast. Yonosapon's going to catch him with the hook.
There's a hook.
Now the jump in. They attempt to snowball.
They're going to lose 2 heroes
part because that's going to be the gem. Cinderin's going to be caught here by Limp, stunned up as well by the Abyssal Blade. That is going to be both supports down. Yonosapon looks for more. Going to find it too. Trixie couldn't TP out fast enough. He needs to be able to get all his Timber Chain and blinks out. Where's he going? He's not going backwards. He's going forwards. Trying to go into the dire base, but that's not going to happen. Yonosapon catches him. Timber Chain away, but at this point, it's going to happen eventually, so he just goes ahead and commits the Bloodstone Suicide.
That is an 85-second dead Timbersaw. Like,
with no buyback.
Alliance, he's going to go for travels. The rest of his team, they should just start streaming forward. Still has a win lace in his pocket. Don't think he needs that.
Time to go high ground, Alliance. This is potentially the end.
There is a buyback available on Lena, but she's about to respawn. There is a buyback on Cinderin. One of them are going to have to pop it. There's no buyback available on this Timbersaw, though, which is even more key. Is Hani's immediately going to go for it.
Do you buy it, though? I thought they were going to hold on to it. If Elena Rax goes down, I'd rather have the buybacks, you know?
Well, the thing is, they're just going to go for a second one as well.
Structures are fortified.
Cinderin is about to be up. Seems like the Glyph has bought enough time. Yeah, I mean, Hani hasn't done anything. He would have been up right now, you know? Raytrax is gonna fall here. Save from hook. Is going to prevent Loda from being in an awkward position.
Alliance should still go for this set of racks.
Yeah. I mean, 10 seconds to work with.
Radiant's bottom
Loda finishes it off. They're playing so carefully. They do not want to give Nip the opportunity at a comeback here. Especially with Roshan. Roshan time is right now. So if Alliance did push high ground, mess something up, they lose that fight and they could be losing the extra lives as well. As that's probably Cheese as well as Aegis. Koifa does have the Lincolns. Immediate sight device on Yonosapon. Got to be stunned up though. Comboed, and the crits are too much to handle.
Combo gaming.
Nice.
Nip once again slips up.
Era may be caught here as well. EGM's coming forward with the gem. Is going to spot Cinderin. Yonosapon is going to try and do this with a Hurricane Pike. Prevents him from getting there with the Dismember. BKB was used by Era, the Snowball, and they're going to try and go for EGM here. They do manage to pop him. Koifa comes back. They've got Hanska in the back lines as well. No, the heal goes off. Koifa does get away with the Sonic Wave. Has to keep his distance, though, with no buyback. Mass buyback coming out from Alliance, though. They're going to try and finish off this fight. Koifa's been caught by the Dismember. Now the follow-up from Limp is there with the Avalanche. They manage to bring him down. The toss-up is going to prevent Trixie from being able to Timber Chain away from Loda. Loda now with 2 heroes down with no buyback. One of them down for 2 minutes time is going to try and finish off that last core. Arrow almost gets Loda, though. He has no mana. And he does need that mana for the reincarnation. So Loda could have actually just lost his life and lost that push entirely if Arrow had been able to finish him off.
Really wants Chen send back, but Chen isn't quite there. Doesn't have Boots of Travel either, as he's got the Greaves. Now we'll
Scepter used by Hani.
Mana.
Still going to be hit by the toss, and Lotus there with the blinks. So
now he doesn't have buyback either.
Now he does have that reincarnation on Lotus, so he's good to move forward. Air finished him off, but he's just going to die immediately. No buybacks from anybody on Ninjas and Pajamas. They call it GG. Alliance take the series 2-0.
Yeah. Very well done. Alliance is going to take this series 2-0 as NIP. I mean, despite what the score says, they did have a very good way of winning this game, but fortunately just got a little bit sloppier. They would have liked in that mid game, especially with that Aegis just unable to turn it into anything.